Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I'm one of the authors of Technique.com. Today we're going to continue with our course and we're going to be looking at managing process in Linux. Alright, everything in Linux runs as a process. When I say everything, I mean everything, including services and a shell command that is running on a terminal. Alright, so as a matter of fact, the open terminal itself is a process. So therefore, a process in Linux is a running program, and the process can either run as a shell or as a job or in the background. Alright, so as we go on in this subject matter, you will understand what the job is, and you would also understand the processes that run in the background. But have it at the back of your mind that a job, as far as it is a running program, is also a process as well. Alright. And as soon as the Linux OS is turned on, background programs and services start to run. These programs can also be called background processes, and they all have a unique process ID. Alright, so managing process in Linux many times requires you manage them via the process IDs, and every processes in Linux have a process ID. Alright. So let's see how we can view or list all processes in Linux. The command used to view all the current processes running on a Linux system is ps command, alright, which means print snapshot. Okay, quick one. If you're going to be writing the RHCSA exam or the SUSE Linux exam or the LFCS exam, alright, just come to this website and you can see my cursor and click on the exam practice questions. Or you scroll down to the end of the lesson and you click on the RHCSA exam practice questions. So at the end of every lesson, we usually have the RHCSA practice questions. I'm going to be updating it from time to time, even with the LFCS and the SUSE Linux exam practice questions. Alright, so to view the processes or the processes running on Linux system, you use the command ps-ef. Alright. So this can be viewed using the standard syntax. If you want to use the BSD syntax, you use the command ps-aux. Alright, so this will show you all the processes that are currently running on the Linux system. To know the number of processes running, the total number of processes running, you can just use this and grep this to, let's just count the number of processes that are running. So currently I have 323 processes running on this set. Alright, so I just want to scroll down to the top so I can explain. You can see all of these parameters. So just as we have humans that got attributes, processes also have attributes as well. And from this display you can see the user. Alright, you can see the PID, you can see the percentage, CPU, the memory size, the VSZ. Alright, so let's start from this parameter. So this field represents the user that is running the process. So for example, this process ID 1, alright, the user that is actually using this process or running this process is the root user. Alright, while the PID represents the process ID and it is unique. So you can see the process ID 1, the process ID 2, till 20, till you begin to scroll down, you see all the numbers of the processes running and the process IDs. Alright, and the third parameter here is the CPU, percentage CPU, which represents the amount of the CPU the process is using, alright, in percentage. And the next value is the memory, alright, which represents the amount of the memory the process is using, alright, also in percentage. While the VSZ here represents the virtual memory size, and the virtual memory size is the memory size of the process that has been reserved and has access but not currently in use. Alright, and the next value we have here is the RSS field, which means resident memory size. The resident memory size is the memory size that has been allocated to the process in RAM. Alright, and we have the next one, which is TTY. This TTY represents the terminal the process is running on. Alright, so for a process that is running in the background, you will see this question mark. Alright, But for a process that is not running in the background, you will see the terminal, the process is running on. So let me just scroll down if we can see one here. So we can see the terminals here, the process is running on. Alright, so let me see if I can see another one. Alright, so you can see another one here. Okay, so let's look at the next value here. The next value is the start value, and this represents the current process's state. Alright, the S here means this means that the process is in interruptible sleep state. Alright, so it is waiting for an event to complete. Alright, while R means that it is in a running state. Alright, on a run queue, while high means that this is high, looking for just high. Alright, so I means that it is idle. Alright, so it means idle kernel thread. While this lesser than represents high priority, not nice to other users. Okay, so let's look at the next parameter, which is the we're using the BSD. I think I screwed way too up. Alright, so the next parameter is the start parameter, and this field represents the start time of the process, while this time, alright, parameter represents the total number of time the process has been running. Okay, while the command, which is the last parameter, that this field represents the command associated with the process. Alright, so these are the commands associated with the process. So for example, this is kthread. Alright, this is the RCU_GP. I want to look for a common one that we can easily explain with. See if I can see a common one here. Alright, that's not a problem. As we go on in this course, you would understand all of these attributes very well. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to show you what a parent and a child processes, and we're going to talk about a parent and a child process. Alright, so thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, and bye for now.